Aizawa looked at Goku so he could say something to him. "I guess you understand, right, Goku?" Aizawa would say, referring to the deal the teachers had made about Broly and how he should prepare for the sports festival. "I understand," Goku said confidently. "That's it then." When it was time for break, it was noticeable how everyone was excited for the sports festival. "I don't understand. Why are they so excited?" "It's an important step towards becoming heroes. It's obvious to be excited." Broly observed Ida's strange way of getting excited. "You think so too, don't you, Deku?" "Yes, but..." "Deku! Goku! Let's try hard at the sports festival!" Broly was staring at Uraraka, somewhat surprised by the expression on her face, just like the others. "You don't look like you, Uraraka." "I'm going to do my best." Come to think of it, I didn't ask Uraraka. When they all left the hallway towards the cafeteria, Midoriya was standing next to Ida, Goku, Broly, and Uraraka. Uraraka, why did you decide to become a professional heroine?" "Well, for money, to put it simply, yes," said Uraraka, quite embarrassed. "Forgive me for having such a simple reason. You have an admirable ambition. How embarrassing." "Why? What's wrong with pursuing a profession for a living?" "Yes, but it's unexpected." Uraraka would proceed to tell them her story and her reasons for being a heroine. Broly really admired Uraraka's ideals and respected her decision. "You seem to be in a very good mood today, Broly, although maybe you should talk a little more," Goku would say, smiling. Suddenly, All Might would arrive to where they were. "I found them!" "What's wrong, All Might?" "I need to talk to you three," All Might said, referring to Goku, Broly, and Midoriya. "Now I remember, All Might said he had something very important to talk about." The three of them would go to All Might so they could talk to him, while Uraraka and Ida would go back to the cafeteria. "What happened to them?" "I heard that Broly had tried to attack All Might, and Goku went to stop Broly. Maybe he wants to talk seriously with Broly about what happened. And maybe he called Deku because their quirks are similar. Maybe he's curious about them." Todoroki would be nearby listening to what they were saying about Broly and Midoriya. Meanwhile, All Might would be talking to Goku and the others. "What did All Might want to talk to us about?" Goku asked, confused. All Might would return to his normal form. "Why are you using your normal form? I know it's to preserve your power, but since the incident, I see you use it often." "That's what I wanted to talk to you about. After the attack I received from Broly, my body was severely damaged, and honestly, it was a miracle I survived. I didn't have the strength to get up, but you were busy with Broly, so someone had to take care of the villains and protect the students, so I got up to stop Nomu and the villains. That made my body overpowered, and now my power is reduced again. Speaking of which, after the battle with Broly, my body was injured. Maybe because I used the power of Ultra Instinct? My body doesn't allow me to go beyond my strength, and if I do, surely the damage will be worse," Goku thought as he listened to what All Might said. Broly really felt guilty for what had happened. I'm sorry." All Might laughed a little at what happened. "You don't have to apologize. Geez, you remind me of me. I know you didn't mean to hurt me, Broly. You just can't control yourself. Well, now let's move on to another topic, the sports festival. I guess you already know what you should do, Goku. I already told you about it." "Yes, since yesterday we've been training hard so that Broly can control himself. At this rate, you'll be able to be in the festival without problems." "Good. I hope he keeps it up. By the way, Midoriya, you still can't control the One for All?" "I still can't, but there were 2 occasions when I was able to use it. During training with Goku, I was able to use it against Broly and against one of the villains, and my body didn't suffer any damage." "What difference did it make this time?" "I used my power against someone." "It looks like you managed to unconsciously slow down, but it's progress. I'm proud. Frankly, I don't have much time left as a symbol of peace, and the villains are starting to notice. I gave you my power because I want you to continue my legacy." Goku would remember how Midoriya felt when he wanted to become a hero and stood up to speak. "All Might, let me help Midoriya so he can reach that goal. Now, you can't do too much, so I will help Deku so he can use his power. I'll make him stand out in the sports festival. and it will also help Broly so he can control his power. Let them recognize that he is not evil, that he is actually a good person, and can be more than just brute strength. Deku was surprised by what Goku said, and so was Broly. The next peace symbol, Midoriya Izuku. It will be you, Midoriya, who will take up the legacy of All Might, and Broly will show what he is capable of with his will. Goku would follow with Deku and Broly, talking to All Might about the sports festival. Goku would stare at Deku and Broly after telling them that he will be in charge of training them to excel in the festival. All Might would stare, somewhat shocked at what Goku was saying. "Do you know the system of the sports festival?" All Might asked Goku. "Come to think of it, I don't know what exactly it's about. I was just told it was an important event." "I don't know what it's about either." "I'll explain it to you. At the sports festival, the support, business, study, general, and hero classes get together and fight through preliminary games of different types per class year. The students who make it go on to the finals." "I get it. It's basically a tournament." "Exactly. It's an all versus all tournament divided by grades." "Well, we'll have to train hard. You two must do your best at the festival." Broly smiled and nodded his head. "Honestly, it's a bit complex to concentrate after what happened. On the other hand, All Might is our teacher, so I'm not that motivated to excel in the festival. First of all, I don't think I can excel in my current state. I did lousy in the physical exams," mumbled Deku rather insecurely. Goku and Broly were surprised at how much Deku was thinking and mumbling. Broly placed his hand on Midoriya's shoulder. "Don't think so much. Remember, those that aspire to the highest and those that don't. It's attitudes that are going to make a big difference once they go out into society. I understand how you feel, Midoriya, but it's more for you than for me. I'm not going to force you. Never forget that feeling when you were on the beach." "Don't worry, Deku. We'll help you," Goku said, smiling. Those words encouraged Deku. After that conversation, they went back to the classroom. The class hours passed, and when the students wanted to leave the classroom, they realized that there were many students at the door of their classroom. "Why are there so many people here?" "I don't know, but it's probably not good for anything." "What do you need from Class A?" Ida asked. "Why did you come here?" Mineta said, rather annoyed, since they weren't allowed to leave. "They are observing the enemy, getting closer to him. They'll observe us before the sports festival," Bakugo said with a neutral attitude. "There's no point in doing that. Get out of here, scum." Broly was staring at Bakugo with a somewhat confused expression. "Do you have a problem with the others?" "He has a great pride, but during this time, that pride has been affected, seeing that he is outclassed," Goku said, remembering when he watched that conversation between Deku and Bakugo. "But this time there's something strange." Goku was realizing what Bakugo was saying. He was saying it quite determined. Broly was left thinking about what Goku had said to him, and was staring at Bakugo. "I see!" Suddenly in the crowd, a person would be heard. "I could see what the famous A class looked like, but you seem so arrogant. Are all students who aspire to be heroes like that? Seeing something like that disappoints me. There are people who are in other courses because they didn't get into the hero course. Did you know that? The school gives us another chance. Depending on the results of the festival, they will consider passing us to the hero course, and it seems that they also take people out. They scout the enemy. I just came to tell you that if you're not careful, I will sweep the floor with you. I came to declare war on you." Suddenly, someone from Class B came out to talk to Bakugo, but he just ignored him and tried to leave. "Wait, Bakugo! What are you going to do about it? It's your fault they hate us!" "It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as you make it to the top." Broly was staring at Bakugo very thoughtfully. "I don't like the way he is, but his determination to get to the top is something that makes him admirable." "You've talked more than usual today, Broly," Goku said, smiling. "That's simple and manly, Broly. You said it. The most, there's truth in it." "Don't fool yourself. He made enemies uselessly. We'll be at a disadvantage in the festival." Goku stared at Midoriya and noticed that Midoriya was thinking about something, so he preferred not to interrupt him. Midoriya remembered that conversation with Bakugo while clenching his fist. He also remembered the motivations of the others to be heroes and the lessons they had given him. Just like when he was on the beach, Goku approached Deku and touched his shoulder.
Come on, midoriya, we're in for some tough training. Deku would smile and nod his head.
Everyone would begin their training to participate in the sports festival. Goku would send Deku to do various types of exercises to improve his physique and his body could withstand more of his power. However, the exercises were quite hard for Midoriya, as Goku would make him try hard and hard. But while Deku was doing all those exercises, Goku also concentrated on training Broly. He had long battles against him. Every time he did more and more things to provoke him, but Broly kept more control every day, at least of his first form. In one of those training days, Goku would see how Deku had progressed as well as Broly.
So far, you've done well. Deku, maybe the change is not so great in you, but your body has become more resistant. Broly, you have also controlled yourself against me in a fight, despite everything I did to provoke you. You've progressed.
Deku smiled at Goku's words. Broly also smiled at what he said.
But there is still something important. Midoriya, you have trained your body. However, you haven't trained your power. It'll be important to use it at the festival, so now you will put it to the test. You'll have a battle against Broly.
Broly and Deku were surprised by what Goku said.
Are you sure, Goku? Believe me, this is necessary.
They both agreed and got into battle stance.
I'll let you attack first, Deku. Begin!